Hello, Irfan Khan. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is the image I'm doing. It's hard to see against the white. But I think I've got it okay. Hopefully I've got enough room. I probably should have left more room. Thank you, Jen. I'm so glad you showed up. Because I can't look at the chat and this at the same time. It's too much. It's really hard to see it against the white, and I think I just kind of messed it up, frankly. Yeah, I kind of did, but I'm just going with it. Yeah, I could have done better. Hi, Big Chief. Big Chief has been putting out content. If you haven't subscribed or checked out Big Chief's channel, I suggest you do so. I need a YouTube tutor to show me what the heck I'm not able to do. Need someone to come over and help me. Anyway, what a lot of times I do is I draw an image or I print out an image, and then I use the tack to trace the image onto the pumpkin. But this image was too small, so I winged it, and frankly, I made it pretty goofy. But whatever, we'll see how it turns out once I carve it all out, and I can always, I mean, that's just a rough sketch. I can always change it up as I carve, make it better. I don't know if this is necessarily a good way to do it. It's probably not the safest way to do it, but this is the way I do it. I trace those dots I just made, or oops, oh, that doesn't matter, that's getting cut out anyway. Or I go as close to the dots as I can, connect them just on the skin here, and then slowly start carving it out. It's a little fiddly with these little pumpkins and the little designs, but it's doable. Jen, did you have a good Halloween? Jen usually goes all out for Halloween. Amazingly goes all out. I mean, just like amazing. stuff. Let's see. Sorry if I'm breathing into the phone. I have to have the phone like right in my face for it to, for me to be able to reach the pumpkin. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I was gonna curve it in there a little bit. Big Chief, I didn't know you were a farmer. Or a grower at any rate. Ugh, so far, this alien is not looking that good. I should have traced it. Let's see here, can I fix that? That should have gone the other way out. Oop. I'm still gonna. It's a little better. Nobody's chatting with me? That's fine. You guys can just watch. I wish I should have found some music or something. This is one goofy looking alien. Oh, my proportions are off. It's, you know, hard to see him, and it's hard to control the knife as precisely as you would a pen. I should have maybe drawn it out with a pen first, but I don't like when you're carving and you have all those ink marks, and especially if you don't get them all. And then that kind of nails you to a design. You can't like change it a little bit as you go if you've already drawn it on there. Anyway, I should have probably done that this time, but I thought against the white pumpkin, that was too big of a risk. But frankly, I probably could have used it. Happy Halloween, everybody. If there's anyone even here. Did you guys dress up or do anything fun for Halloween? Go to any parties? Sorry about the knife hitting the phone, making it move. Okay. Almost have all the dots connected. This is not the cutest Xenu. I've seen much better Xenus. I've done better alien pumpkins, but I think this will be fun. I hope so. Let's see. Can you guys make out the face? He's looking pretty dorky. Anyway, and then I take the tip of the knife. I like these knives. I think these are called fillet knives because they're a little bit more flexible and bendy. And they have a nice sharp serrated edge. But that does make them dangerous. Come on. So I just worry about getting the top part of the rind off first. In other words, just kind of scratching the surface, as it were. I just pick that off as I go. You know, I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys not hear me? Come on. Yeah, I've convinced myself you guys can't hear me because no one's answered me. This pumpkin is a little hard, but that's to be expected, I guess. They usually are pretty hard. Probably making everybody nervous that I'm going to cut myself. Which hopefully I will not. But I guess if I do, it'll make for a more interesting stream. So I scrape off that top layer. Of course, I drop the knife. And then just slowly keep going deeper with it. And that is how I carve a pumpkin. Let's see. Yeah. Can anyone hear me? What is going on? Type 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Thank you. I wasn't sure. I hadn't gotten much response or any response. Sorry. Hitting the knife on the phone. This is going to be really dorky, I think. Oh, Rode, you're nice. At least you're here. Come on. Yeah, it's pretty thick. And when I scooped it out, guys, I used one of these, scoop out all the guts. I then went back and forth braiding behind here to make it thinner. And I swear, I don't think I got it, but hardly a hair's breadth thinner. But so I knew it was going to be a hard pumpkin when that happened. I tried to find an orange pumpkin and they were sold out. They had, well, they had these little ones. They had these little ones. These are little sugar pie pumpkins. Great for making pumpkin pie. So I thought, well, and they were only $1 because, sorry, only $1 because, you know, last minute they're trying to get rid of all the pumpkins. So all 4 of these, I only paid $4 for these 4 little pumpkins because I've got these 3 and then the white one for $4, which is pretty good. And I roasted the pumpkin seeds. Can you see that? There's hardly any left. This pumpkin didn't have a lot and I had to share it with my squirrels. So that's all there is left of it. They're pretty good. I clean them up, of course, and soak them for a little bit. And then I soak it while I'm scooping out the pumpkin. And then I clean them up as best as I can. Drain the water and put a little bit of oil on them. Put them on a baking tray with a tiny bit of salt. Roast it in the oven for about 10 minutes. You can go a little longer, but keep an eye on it because they burn easily and quickly. And then when I get it out, I sprinkle a little bit of sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, and sometimes ginger, sometimes a little chili pepper, just whatever I'm in the mood for with that. But it's delicious. But you didn't probably tune into me to get a recipe for pumpkin seeds. You probably came here to see me carve this damn Xenu. It's just go slow and carefully, especially at first. And I just keep pulling off hunks from the rind. You went out, kitty? Of course you do. Doing something else. And not paying attention to you. Are you gonna keep crying at the door? Do I have to get up and rescue you? Or can I keep carving this pumpkin? A knife went through, so I am starting to break through in places. Slowly and carefully. There we go. And then once you get that rind, because the rind's the tough part, this is much softer, and you can just follow the rind that's remaining carefully, and I'm amazed I haven't cut myself yet the way I'm doing this. But this is the way I always do it, so. And I never cut myself. But that's because I've been doing it for years. Kitty, are you kind of come up here and say hi? Are you coming up? Cat's about ready to jump on my desk. He's wondering what I'm up to and wants to be the center of attention, especially since I'm talking. He thinks I'm talking to him. All right. There's Kitty. Oh. He's not reachable with the camera, unfortunately. He went behind something. Starting. See, it starts off slow, but then it goes pretty quickly, actually. Once you get the guidelines in. Oh, the cat wants out. I can't say no to him. He'll sit there and cry at the door. All right, here you go. Go on. All right. See you later. He'll probably be back 10 minutes, maybe 5. It's how he is. In and out. But I never deny him that, because if he wants out, maybe he wants the litter box. So he wants out. Okay, I'll let Kitty out. So I'll stop everything. He doesn't spray or anything. I've never had any. Well, I haven't had any real problems with him in years and years. I had a little bit of problem when we first got him. When he reached puberty. But we trained him out of that habit pretty quickly. Once he was fixed. See, I would not make a good serial killer. I'd be like, hold still, I'm still carving this spot. You're moving too much. And they would escape and attack me. can almost make out his silhouette. It's not the best. Oh, hi, Scooter Mom. I didn't know you were here. I haven't been paying attention, sorry. Been distracted by pumpkins and cats. And not looking at the screen. Oops. Oh, that's on the floor. Can you see its silhouette of Xenu? It's not particularly good, but it's not terrible, and it's fun, and you know what? It doesn't matter if it turns out bad, it's just a freaking pumpkin. Although I am immortalizing it on a live stream, so that might be embarrassing, but... Or it might be embarrassing to some people. It's not that embarrassing to me, because I know sometimes projects fail. It's not that big of a deal. You can only get better. All right, I gotta trim down some of this on the side. Along the edges. And then I'm gonna do the really fiddly part of his eyes and his mouth. And then really he's done. It's really not a whole lot more than that. But I do wish I had found a bigger image or printed out a bigger image. Oh, you're watching still, Scooter Mom? I wasn't sure if you were. Just popped in and said hi and popped right back out. That's sometimes how it has to go. I watch a lot of streams, but sometimes, like tonight, I don't stay around very long. Sometimes. Depends on what else is on. That I feel I need to support or check out. When you saw like that, you have to push kind of hard to hold it in place. So be really careful about not pushing where you have thin parts, because you will push it right through. All right. He is not the most handsome devil, but he is Xenu. I'm just still carving away some of the inside. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. Oh, hey, Scooter Mom, did you see my email? You always try to stay at least a few minutes? Yeah, me too. At least say hi and see what they're doing, just to let them know I care and support whatever it is they're doing. Although sometimes I don't say hi. But I'm pretty chattery, as you probably know, and usually say hi. All right, he's getting better. I want to carve away a little more of this around this hand. And then I have to do the eyes, like I said. I'm going to cut some of this behind the head so I don't have to go too deep with the eyes, especially when they're so little. It's hard to get through a deep spot and make it stand out right. All right. Let's try to do his eyes. And then I'll, and his mouth, of course. And then we'll light him up. Clean him up and light him up. That sounds like he's going to smoke a J. Light him up. She must have left, because I don't think she heard my question about the email. But that's fine. It wasn't important. It was just silliness. Sorry, guys, if you're not able to see through my hands to see what I'm doing. Just slowly trying to pop his eye out. There we go. And so again, that only gets the top surface of the rind, but then the other part's so much easier. So just go slow and careful. See, if I had pushed right then, because my hands are slippery, I would have cut myself. So you do have to be really careful. And going slow is the best way to be careful about not only the lines, but your hands. So you don't cut yourself. I almost have this eye out now. There we go. Pop his eye out. Yeah, he's going to be kind of a dorky looking alien, but I don't care. It's fun anyway. Oop, sorry. Thanks. I was just saying, did you get a chance to look at my email yet? He has a face a mother would love, let's put it that way. And I'm a mama. I've made better, but I'm sure I've made plenty worse. So I just tend not to remember those. As well as the good ones. Remember the good ones you did, right? Like, oh, I remember this time I made this really awesome pumpkin. You don't remember the year that you flubbed. Oh, I remember this time I really messed it up, you know? So I've done some pretty cute ones over the years that were a lot better than this, but I can't show them to you because then you could reverse image search them and find me too easily. And like you guys, I probably don't care if you find me. Never able to carve pumpkins. I admire your ability. Oh, thanks. It's actually really easy if you do that technique with the push pin. So I dropped that image. Anyway, you set the paper down and then you just put dots all around the lines of the image and then just connect the dots with just the tip of your knife. Connect the dots, make lines along there, and then you just peel off the rind and pop off the rind and then go deep. Because the deep part's pretty soft, but at that top part is so hard, you're like trying to shove through it, and then your knife goes way through the line or through your hand. So you just have to do it slow. Through that layer at least. This rind layer, it's just too hard. But this one's not going to be super detailed or super fancy. There's people that do like carving through all the layers. That's, I'm sure you've all seen. I can't do that. Those are amazing. I wish I could do that. I mean, I guess I could if I really practiced. But you do this once a year, you know. It's not like I'm carving pumpkins year round or have the desire to be practicing. It's just for fun, not a competition. Although, see, now I'm bragging. I did win a pumpkin carving competition once. I did Boo from Super Mario. It was so freaking cute. I loved it, and the judges loved it, and I won. But yeah, that's the only pumpkin carving contest I've entered, and it was a very small entry. I pretty much had it in the bag because of the competition. Was not very strong, and not very many. It was a small competition. Anyway, I think he's pretty done. What do we think? I need to get some of that stuff out and then light them up. And then sometimes when you light them, that's when you see, oh, I missed this or should have done this. So now I take this little scoopy thing that I got one year and I scoop out anything left. First dump out. Just scoop out and just be really careful, of course, where you've carved. But just scoop some of that back away from the carving on the sides particularly. And then just get out like any bits that are hanging that are going to look weird with the candles lit or whatever. Oh, I'm making such a mess. Good thing I'm the mom. Moms can make the mess because they clean it up, so. The kids aren't always so good about cleaning it up. Oh, see, there's still a big hunk here. I don't want all of that hanging down inside. I think he's done, guys. I don't want to be on here for hours tweaking him when I think we might be done. Just gotta get this one little section here a little bit smoother. I got pumpkin bits everywhere. Cleaning up was not in the handbook. I know, they give you directions on how to do it, but no one says, oh, and by the way, then you have to clean it all up. Okay. I wish he was an orange pumpkin, I do. But, you know, this is kind of creepier, maybe? I don't know, it's definitely more of a Xenu color. So, I guess I shouldn't complain about that, because I think it might turn out looking pretty cool lit up. We shall see. Well, it's kind of a shame you can see the candles so well, but I guess that depends on maybe where the camera's positioned. The only other thing I didn't like about this pumpkin, no stem. Bummer. Oh, that's the other thing I do. I cut a notch when I cut the top out, so you always know exactly which way it fits. And the notch holds it in place better, so, you know, sometimes you move a pumpkin that is carved and then the lid just slides off. This is much harder to slide off. It could still slide off. All right, let's... What do we think, guys? He looks pretty cute. I don't know if he looks like Xenu so much, but he looks ghoulish. He looks ghoulish, at least. Let's see. Let's make it a little bit darker. You like it? Thanks. It was not my design. I found an image online. That's what I do. I just look around online and try to get ideas, and then I copy it, but you know, with my own flair sometimes or my own way. But Can you tell what these are supposed to be? It's supposed to be like his fingers holding on like he's crawling out of the pumpkin. I don't know if it really shows up like that. Pup Groomer does that too. Yeah, she's so much more talented than me. I mean, we're talented at different things, but her capabilities with painting and drawing and all those different types of materials she uses, she's constantly trying new materials, and she just amazes me. She's really talented. I don't know if she realizes how talented she is. She must to some degree because she likes it and keeps doing it. But yeah, she's really good at copying. Stick to coloring books. Very cute. Very cute. She doesn't realize. Well, she is talented. I admire the stuff she does. I feel like with all the lights out and just the pumpkin lit and me talking, I feel like we should be telling spooky stories or something, but I don't have any spooky stories to tell. Well, I'm going to get off, if only because there's so many great things going on tonight. So many great other streams and videos to watch. No, what? No scary stories. Oh, yeah, I don't know any. I'm not a horror, spooky person. My siblings, will say, took me to spooky movies when I was very little because they were tasked basically with babysitting me for the afternoon, and mom would give us some money and say, "Here, take your sister to the movies," and so they would. But they would pick these really scary movies, and I'd be terrified. So, yeah, I watched them way too young, so now I don't particularly like them. Once in a while, but I have to be in the mood, and I'm often not in the mood. I'm far, as you probably know, because I'm always being silly, and, what is it? Joking and degrading, J&D? Degrading and joking? Whatever that is they say in Scientology. Joker and degrader or whatever. Anyway, that's me. So I lean towards comedies. I want something to laugh at. The world's hard enough. Yeah, exactly. The world's hard enough. There's enough scary stuff out there in the real world. Yes, joking and degrading. Yeah. So I just rather laugh. I have some free time enough to watch a movie. I want it to be funny or at least sweet. Although I gotta tell you, I get fed up with how sickeningly sweet and simple a lot of these stories are. Some of them just, and no offense if you really like Hallmark movies and that's your thing, that's your thing. But a lot of times they just feel like Hallmark movies to me, and that's not my thing either. But I have to admit, Marvel movies. You know, I've been dragged to every Marvel movie there is because my squirrels are really into that. Not into Hallmark. And there's some of them are really good. So I do like going to them for the most part. Although once in a while, I'm like, do I really have to see another superhero movie? I'm a little fed up with it. But my squirrels know what level I'm at, so they don't drag me to every single superhero movie anymore now that they're older. Um, they're choosy. Like they'll know which ones I like. Like for sure, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, and I really like Deadpool. There's a lot of them that are really good, that are really funny, and that I really like. But if they're super serious and it's just all fighting, I'm usually bored. Like I don't remember the name of it, but there was that Superman movie that came out, I don't know, like 8 years ago. That one I just was wished someone in the audience put a bullet in my head. It just went on and on with the fighting, and it was so tedious. Deadpool. Deadpool was hilarious. Who doesn't love Ryan Reynolds? He's hysterical. He's so funny. He did a great job with Deadpool. So yeah, some of them I really like. And then of course I had to see what is his name? Willem Dafoe when he played in the Spider-Man, and I've seen all the Spider-Mans, and he's Canadian. Oh, I should have known that. He seems Canadian. Interesting. And I assumed you were Canadian. because of the Scientology up north, but also the way you spelled color with a U. I often think, well, that's the proper English way to spell it. So why don't we? I mean, I understand why we used to not, but why don't we now? So a lot of times I'll type it that way with the U, and then it gets autocorrected anyway, so it doesn't matter. Your daughter loves Spider-Man. Yeah, one of my squirrels really loves Spider. Well, all of my squirrels pretty much love it, but one more so than the others. And yeah, and, I used to love Star Wars, but now that there's like 5,000 Star Wars, it's just like, okay, enough, enough. I've had enough. I called Uncle, but that's a really good series too, if you're into it. Well, I'm gonna go. I have to cough again, and I don't want to do it on stream. And he's done. I'm not doing any more detail. I think he's good enough. Star Wars, Star Trek. Star Trek was a lot of fun. I met Leonard Nimoy once, but I'm not gonna give details about that. Um, I I really didn't even speak to him. We just were in passing at an event. So there's really no story there to tell anyway. But yeah, Star Wars is a lot of fun. Okay, night guys. Have a super great Halloween and thanks so much for stopping by. Oh, you don't know? Okay, I'll let her know. It's because I'm sure she'll ask about you. I didn't go last night though. Oh, now's a good time for me to be ending because she's going to be starting soon. There's the cough I was suppressing. So, if you aren't familiar with Pup Groomer, or if you are, go join her. She's going to be live streaming probably in like 8 minutes, 7 minutes. So that gives you just the perfect amount of time to run to the bathroom, go get a drink, and get yourself settled in. So, what is it? Pup Groomer 20? 40 minutes? Oh, she's coming on later tonight. She's not coming on till 9:30 tonight, guys. Okay, well then that gives you time to raid your kids' candy hoard, or maybe because you've already raided your kids' candy hoard and your blood sugar's off, maybe go have a quick snack. Yeah, Pup Groomer 20. Oh, you're not a mod. You can't drop a link. Let me fix that. There you go. I hope you don't mind. I should have asked you first. I'm so rude. I don't know proper etiquette and protocol. Type something, see if you're blue. There you go. Oh, that's okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you're not like, why did she do that? So, yeah, feel free to drop other streamers' links. And, obviously, that your job as a moderator, as far as everything else goes, what would be acceptable and what's not acceptable. And yeah, feel free to drop links, especially for the smaller streamers and anyone I mention, of course. But like if someone pops in, like tonight, Big Chief popped in, and even if I didn't see him and he has a channel, feel free to drop links for people. I love them all, and I want to promote them as much as they've promoted me. All right, okay, I really am going this time. Night, guys. Have a happy Halloween.